Okay, so Cristiano Ronaldo leaving Manchester United, or at least wanting to leave Manchester United. Let's talk about that. There's also a lot of other things we need to talk about. There's a lot of going on in this transfer window, and I quite like it. As a football fan, the transfer window, whenever there's no football being played, at least no competitive football being played, it can get quite boring. But this transfer window has not been boring at all, and I'm quite happy because of that. However, there are a lot of things again that we need to get through. So let's start. And we're gonna start with Cristiano Ronaldo because not only is this the biggest thing right now, but it could have a massive impact into the season next year. If we're talking about what Ronaldo is, what Ronaldo stands for, and his partnership with United and him wanting to leave, I think that this is a big deal. And we need to take this very, very seriously. One for Ronaldo is not looking good. Ronaldo, a player of his caliber, and no teams are interested in signing Ronaldo. Not Bayern, not Atletico Madrid. I'm never going to talk about Sporting, and then not Chelsea. Chelsea don't even have a proper striker right now. Their players up front are Werner and Kai Havertz, and they're not even like interested. That's a problem. They would rather play with Werner and Kai Havertz than play with Ronaldo. Granted, as a United fan, I do not want to see Ronaldo play for Chelsea. That is the last thing I want. However, if you're looking from a Chelsea point of view, like a season ago, 2 years ago, Ronaldo, the possibility of Ronaldo coming to the team was an incredible thing. But right now, it's just no one cares, and we need to address that as well, just to show how far down Ronaldo has come. And this is possibly the end of an era with Ronaldo. I'm not saying that Ronaldo can't have another season where he scores 30 goals or even 50, but the end is closer than the beginning, and it is really a shame. Really, really a shame. Okay, so let's start. Regarding Ronaldo, the first thing I want to talk about is how disrespectful it has been so far. How disrespectful Ronaldo has been towards Manchester United and like him not wanting to stay. Sure enough, Ronaldo doesn't want to stay at the club. The standards are low. They've not gone into the Champions League, and I'm pretty sure that they promised him the Champions League when he was trying to sign the contract. When they were making the contracts last season, and when they were trying to convince Ronaldo to come to United, there was probably a lot of talk involving the Champions League. Manchester United were already in the Champions League, and they're probably telling him that if he came, there was a big chance that they could get a far in the Champions League, and which would help Ronaldo's career and his goals, because as we know, Ronaldo is has the most goals in the Champions League. He has the most assists. He's missed the Champions League. He also has won five. So the Champions League is a big deal for Ronaldo. And right now, United are not even in the Champions League. So it is not good. Sure. And again, it's not good. And I understand that coming from Ronaldo's point of view, how annoying it must be to not even be in the Champions League. And then all the other things that were going on. Two managers in the team, a new manager, bunch of players like not giving their hardest. Sancho, Bruno, Maguire, for example, underperforming massively. So I understand all of that. But to go out and like let me give you this example. If Ronaldo said, I want to go to Bayern Munich and I'll only go to Bayern Munich, and there were only talks with Bayern Munich, and if those talks and if he said, if those talks won't don't happen, I won't go, then it wouldn't be good, but I think it wouldn't be as bad as it has been so far, because he's pretty much talking to any team that will give him like a chance, an audition to go to. He just wants to leave Manchester United so badly. Again, it's disrespectful, extremely disrespectful. Any team, you'd rather go to any team apart from Manchester United. Come on, bro. And then then you think about the preseason as well, and this preseason has been so good. I've not been so excited and I've not been so invested to a preseason ever in my life. But this preseason for Manchester United is just the feeling around the team is just great. A new manager that can actually get the job done. The players are buying into his philosophy. They really want to perform for Ten Hag, and Ronaldo wasn't even there. You didn't even want to get involved. And the this period of the preseason, it was great because it was kind of like, I want to say, a honeymoon period with Ten Hag, because we got to really go out there. We beat Liverpool 4-0. We won the next two games, and sure enough, we drew against Aston Villa. But it was still great football was played. Sancho, Martial, and Rashford were amazing. Even Fred was quite good. There was a lot of things that United did well in this pre-season tour that had the fans excited, and the fans should be excited for what happened in the preseason. But then, like a week later, or like it was even a week. It was like a few days later, after the tour finished, after the players came back, the other things started again, and it is just really annoying, really annoying. Things were going so well at the tour with the players doing well, winning games, listening to Ten Hag, buying into his philosophy, delivering on his philosophy. But then you come back to Old Trafford, and it's just everything again and again. With Ronaldo, like, and United and these talks, even last year, another thing that I want to talk about is we are really relying on Sir Alex to, you know, baby Ronaldo, not baby Ronaldo, but come and help with everything that regarding Ronaldo. We are relying on Sir Alex to come and deal with everything regarding Ronaldo. Last summer transfer window, Ronaldo was really meant to go to Manchester City, but then Sir Alex came in, talked to Ronaldo. I don't know what was said. I don't know exactly what was said, but even Ronaldo said that him coming to United last summer transfer window, a big part of it was Sir Alex and the influence that he had on him. And now the same thing is happening again. The only reason why Ronaldo hasn't left yet is because he's had talks with Sir Alex. I still think he's going to leave, but as we saw in those pictures at Old Trafford of Carrington doing training, Sir Alex had to go in to. He was probably involved in those talks, and it's just how bad are we at negotiating? How bad is the situation really that we have to get in Sir Alex to come in and manage and help with these talks? Is just not good enough. Not good enough at all. And then apart from it being disrespectful and everything regarding the preseason, it is looking bad for Ronaldo as no one wants him. If you told me like 2 years ago that Ronaldo was going to be on the market and that no team would want him, no team would want to sign him, and that he would be in talks with Atletico Madrid, and even Atletico Madrid would not want to sign him, I wouldn't even pay you no mind because it's just such an outrageous thing, especially at that time to even think about it. It's no like think about this like truly. No one wants Ronaldo. And sure, this season he wasn't his best, but even looking at his numbers, Ronaldo played in the Premier League in 30 games played, he scored 18 and assisted 3 times. That's a total of 21 goal contributions in 30 games. What team does not want that? What team would not be better off with that? But they just don't want to deal with the problem of Ronaldo and the expectations that come with Ronaldo. Because once you have a player like Ronaldo in your team, not only are all the eyes on you, but you're expected to win anything and everything. In the Champions League, in 6 games played, he scored 6 goals. Ronaldo's numbers are still, I won't even say solid, they are still amazing. He's still that guy, but no one wants him. It is looking very bad for Ronaldo right now. And this really coming from a Ronaldo fan, a person that's been a Ronaldo fan his whole life, is just bad. It just shows that we've hit like rock bottom, really hit rock bottom. And as a United fan, it shows that the club is also at rock bottom. It shows that we've look what we've done to Ronaldo. This is what we've done to Ronaldo. We're so bad. Our team is so bad. Our club is so poorly managed that even with Ronaldo in our team, we can't even sell him. And from the Ronaldo point of view, is that this guy who at time was undoubtedly because there were always the Messi talks, but apart from Messi, like no one compares to Ronaldo at all. He's number one, the best player, Mr. Champions League, CR7, whatever you want to say. He's that guy. Not anymore. It doesn't look like Ronaldo is him anymore. Doesn't look at least teams don't look at Ronaldo as being that player anymore, as being as impactful as he once was. Again, truly sad to see things like this happening. And then maybe something could happen. Maybe something could happen towards the end of the transfer window. I mean, we still have like what, about a month left, a month with a few days, so a move could happen. But again, where to? The teams that Ronaldo has been involved with are Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich. At least those three are like the main teams that we've heard talks from. With Atletico Madrid, they are struggling. What did Atletico finish last season? Wait, let me just bring up the table quick. Atletico finished. Uh, they finished third last season with what, 15 points behind Real Madrid. And this team, even this team, don't want Ronaldo. Suarez just left the team. Griezmann is not performing. They don't have that. Atletico Madrid have always been known for having amazing strikers. They don't have that right now, and they still won't get Ronaldo. Chelsea, um, again, I've talked about Chelsea at the beginning of the stream, but they they don't have Lukaku. Their main options up front right now are Timo Werner, who's underperformed massively for the past 2 years, and Kai Havertz, who I think is a talented player, but I don't think you can rely on Kai Havertz. I don't think you can rely on Kai Havertz to yet. You can't rely on Kai Havertz yet to get you those big numbers, let alone rely on Kai Havertz to play up front for you. I don't think that's realistic. And then with Bayern Munich, that's sure with Bayern Munich is more, it would be a perfect deal for Ronaldo. And even from a Bayern point of view, it would be an amazing deal because Bayern will most definitely win the Bundesliga, even without Ronaldo. But with Ronaldo, what he will do for them in the Champions League is just the next level. He will just take them to the next level. And the next level for Bayern is win the Champions League once again. I think that Bayern are really pushing for that. And they just lost Lewandowski. They don't really have that number 9 presence anymore. They still have Gnabry, they still have Sané, they still have Koeman, they still have Mane, but none of those guys can be that out and out striker. And come on, it's Ronaldo we're talking about here. Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and still no team wants him. Not even Bayern, a team that don't have a striker. So where could he go? What team is going to take him? There are talks of Ronaldo possibly being released off his contract, which I don't think is good either. Ronaldo being released off his contract does not help anyone. It doesn't help United because again, it shows how bad the club is at the moment that we've even managed to make Ronaldo an invaluable asset, or at least an asset that no other team wants, based on the past season that he had with the club. So where could he go? The contract ending is not really an option. And for Ronaldo, why ending the contract is bad is because it just shows desperation. It shows absolute desperation. And for a player of his caliber, of his status, to be this desperate to leave the club, not good enough. But now let's play devil's advocate here for a bit. We've talked about Ronaldo for the past 13 minutes. We've been hammering Ronaldo and his decision to leave Manchester United. But let's look at Ronaldo's side, Ronaldo's point of view. This is a player that is now, what, 37, 30 years old. Ronaldo is not getting any younger. And Ronaldo's probably thinking, if I stay in this team, things are not going to end well, at least for my career. Because not that Ronaldo's career is going to be tarnished. All of the things that he's done are going to be tarnished because of him staying at United for another year. But it's just like when you're thinking of his legacy and you're looking at these last 5 years of his career, you'll be like a bad legacy. You'll be a legacy of um always coming up short of what was the expectation at the beginning of the season. I've made a video this year explaining why Ronaldo's wasn't that bad for Juventus. This is spell. People say he underperformed or he made the team worse, but I don't think those things are true. I don't think Ronaldo underperformed at Juventus. I think that he was actually still one of the best players in the world, still top 3 to top 5 players in the world in his years of Juventus. I mean, in his last year with Juventus, he won the Golden Boot, which just goes to show. Even in the Champions League, all those people saying that Ronaldo didn't show up for the team, Ronaldo scored the hat trick to bring Juventus back against Atletico Madrid. Last year in the Champions League, I mean this past season in the Champions League, he helped United through the group stage and pretty much saved the team. So it's not that Ronaldo has been bad, per se, but it's going to be a legacy of this man for the last 5 to 7 years of his career. He always came up short, and I don't think Ronaldo wants that. That's why he's trying so desperately to leave, and why him ripping up the contract or terminating the contract in his head at least is probably the only solution, because I don't think he wants to stay at the club anymore. And another thing I want to bring up is the fact that maybe something happened within the team, I mean, with his teammates or something like that, that is just making him not want to stay at all, not wanting to hear Ten Hag, which would be extremely unprofessional. And I was thinking about this and saying that maybe this is just like me being crazy, but it could have happened. Like maybe Ronaldo fell off or fell out with his teammates, like so much, the likes of Maguire, for example, that he doesn't even want to be in that environment anymore. He just can't stand the club or his teammates, not the club per se, because I think that Ronaldo still has love for the club. Just he can't stand this team the way it is constructed right now at all. He can't stand it because of last season, because of just the standards of his teammates are not really to where he is at. The quality of his teammates are not what he's been used to. I mean, Ronaldo has been used to being fed balls from the likes of Modric, Cruz, and Benzema, of even so to come here and be fed by the likes of McTominay, Fred, and Delanga, the difference is just too much. And in his mind, it's probably playing that these teammates, even if he stays, they're not going to see success anyways. And it could also be that Ronaldo doesn't really like a lot of the people in the team. Again, likes of Maguire. It looks like him and Maguire have had quite a few rifts. Again, I'm not too sure about this. And again, it would be quite unprofessional, but it is a theory that to look at. It is a theory to think about. And in my mind, that's the only thing that really makes sense for Ronaldo to be this desperate to leave the team. For him to be this desperate to leave Manchester United, something must have happened inside the inside the changing rooms, inside the team, that we as fans have no idea about. But yeah, we've been talking about Ronaldo for the past like 17 to 18 minutes. Let's leave that alone for a bit and let's talk about the rest of the football world. And regarding the rest of the football world, I want to start with Chelsea and their transfers. Not really their transfers, but Chelsea and them coming into this season. Chelsea are without a striker, and this, I'm saying it now, this is going to come back to bite them towards the season, as the season progresses. Every single team that has been successful for the past year, for the past few years, I'm talking about like major success. Take for example Real Madrid last year. I think Real Madrid is the perfect example, or Bayern Munich in 2020. That the lockdown year. Those two teams are probably the best teams we've had for the past 3 years. What's the common denominator with those teams? Play great defense, great football, great philosophy, great manager, great attitudes, but there's also someone up front that can take the load when things just look impossible. Benzema did it time and time again last season. Chelsea don't even have like a proper striker. Werner, you can say Werner is a proper striker, but let me just bring up Werner's numbers for the past 2 years. I'm calling it now. It's not going to be good. I already know it's not going to be good, but just to get my point across, I'm going to bring it up anyways. All this talk of, oh, I want players to succeed. I don't want to say anything bad about the players, and I share some of their sentiment. I think that these are professional athletes, and they're not. It's not really fair to criticize them too much. However, when you play bad, and I don't think it's bad to call them out for it. When you play bad, we as football fans should be allowed at least to voice our opinions and not feel guilty about it. Werner's in the 2020-2021 season, just like 2 years ago, Werner scored a total of 12 goals and assisted 15 times in 52 games played. This is not the worst stat line, but Chelsea, a team that's trying to compete in every front, a team that's trying to close the gap in the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City, Is this the guy you're going to rely on when other teams have the likes of Salah and Haaland in their teams, players that are capable of scoring 30 goals in a season easily? And then you have Werner, who scored 12 goals in 52 games played. Not bad numbers, but not the numbers that you want your main striker to have. And this year, it was even worse. He played in less games and had like worse numbers. 11 goals and 6 assists. Even worse. So it's not like he's getting better at Chelsea. It's not looking good for Chelsea either with the likes of Werner. And this makes it even worse, the fact that they don't even want Ronaldo. You have this guy in your team. You don't have Lukaku anymore. Havertz is going to be your main striker next season probably, and you still don't want Ronaldo. That is extremely crazy. Extremely, extremely crazy. Chelsea have had a few good signings this transfer window. Sterling is very good. Sterling's going to bring in the goals and assists, but again, to what extent? How much of it is he going to add? And of that, how much that he's going to add? How much of it is it actually going to translate into trophies and titles? At the end of the day, football is a team sport, so we need to make sure that everyone else around you is performing to their best as well. That's why I don't really like talking about individual players when predicting titles or success of a team. We can talk about individual players when we're talking about their performance or like when there's transfer rumors and stuff like that, but no one trying to predict success for the season. So Sterling is a good signing. I've made a video on Sterling. Yeah, I did. I've made a video on Sterling explaining why Sterling moving to Chelsea is almost a perfect deal for all parties. It is great for Chelsea, City, and Sterling himself. However, Sterling alone is not going to be able to do it. They need a striker. Again, Sterling good signing, just not enough to achieve the things that I believe Chelsea want to achieve this season. Koulibaly, another good signing, another great signing. Koulibaly is a player that world class centre back. And if you're talking about Koulibaly's qualities as a centre back, again, there are many. We can go through them. But the biggest thing that I think Koulibaly is going to add to this team, and the thing that a lot of people are going to talk about next season, is his leadership, because Koulibaly has been a captain of both Napoli and Senegal. So coming into next season with Chelsea trying to do all the things that they're trying to do, they're going to need that leadership, and Koulibaly is going to provide it. Even if Koulibaly won't be like the most vocal player in the team, you don't have to be the most vocal player to be a leader, and that's definitely something that Koulibaly is going to add to this Chelsea team. Now, leaving Chelsea alone for a bit, let's move on to Arsenal. I just want to talk quick on Arsenal is the fact that Arsenal have surprised me massively, both in the preseason, 4 games, 4 wins, and the deals they've made. They've like all the things that they wanted to address, they've addressed it quickly and got those deals done. The only thing that could have made this transfer window like perfect, like 110% perfect for Arsenal would be if they managed to sign Martinez. Martinez would really, really take this Arsenal backline to the next level. Zinchenko is a good signing. We'll get into the signings in a minute, but just regarding Martinez, quick, I want to say I'm picking Martinez to be in the Premier League team of the season next year. Martinez is going to it's going to be very easy for Martinez to impress Manchester United fans next season. Martinez is a player that is available. Let's just look at how many games he played last season. With like the likes of Varane. I still think that Varane is a much better. Varane is the best player we have in our team. Varane is probably the second best centre back in the Premier League when you're talking about like on paper, not offering the performances because it just doesn't add up. But if you're talking about on paper, Varane's probably the second or third best centre back in the league. But the problem with Varane is that he's only good when he's available. And if United are trying to do this rebuild, if they're trying to achieve more, if they're trying to fight for top four and win a cup or two there and go far in the Europa League, and by far I mean win it, you have to win the Europa League, then you need players that are available, and Martinez is going to be extremely available. But as I was saying, it's going to be very easy for Martinez to impress Manchester United fans because one, the aggressiveness, that is something we do not see with our centre backs. Maybe Bailly from time to time, but with Bailly, it's not really like aggressiveness. It's more like reckless, like being reckless. Bailly's aggressiveness should not be mistaken. I don't think it is really aggressiveness. I think it's more being reckless and being not being afraid to take those chances. And sometimes it works and it is great. However, other times it just leads like it leads me at least to look at Bailly and be like, "What the hell are you doing? Just stop." But with Martinez, I think it's going to be like proper like aggression, aggression that's going to translate into balls won, tackles, interceptions, all of that, all the great things. So Martinez aggression is really going to impress Manchester United fans, easily impress Manchester United fans. And then his on ball quality, which is again something that we've not really seen from our centre backs. Maybe not Lindelof, maybe not Varane, but the rest are not it. So Martinez on ball quality and his aggressiveness are going to impress like a lot, like massively. And that's why I think Martinez is going to be in the Premier League team of the season, not just United's best, like most impactful player, one of at least, which Martinez will undoubtedly be. But I generally believe that Martinez is going to be in the team of the season next year. And with Martinez, again, I've probably talked about Martinez 3 times in the past week, 2 weeks, is the fact that he can play as a centre back, where he's probably going to play a lot. But in those games where Ten Hag wants to win the ball higher up the pitch, you can also put him there because with the ball at his feet, he's better than both McTominay and Fred. If Arsenal managed to get Martinez in, I think that the transfer window would have been perfect because he would come in and paper over the cracks of a lot of Arsenal's problems. The centre back problem and the midfield problem being Partey is good, but if you have Partey and Martinez there, it would have just been another level. But yeah, Arsenal have had a good transfer window. The signings of Gabriel Jesus, Vieira, and Zinchenko are amazing. They serve the club very well. They, you know, they fix a lot of the problems that Arsenal had over the past season. So they are great signings, and I am really excited to see where Arsenal can take it next season because they have a great team. They came very very close to top four last season. I don't think Chelsea got strong. I think Chelsea got weaker. So there's a place there for a top four finish there for Arsenal. I think that Arteta's vision is the right one. Arteta is making the right moves. I think the players are buying into Arteta's philosophy, which is even more important. The fact that the players believe in Arteta and are willing to fight for him. They've got a leader in Odegaard. Arsenal will. When I do my predictions, I'm going to put Arsenal in the top four for next season. But yeah, let's leave Arsenal now alone for a minute, and I will talk quickly about Juventus. And what I want to say is, watch out for Juventus. Watch out for Juventus because this is a team that won. Though a lot of the players in the team right now have a thing or two to prove. Di Maria wants to prove that he can still play even at his late age. I'm saying late age, like late age for a football player. That's what I mean. You have Pogba, you have Vlahovic, who's looking at the likes of Haaland and Mbappe and being like, I'm on that level too. And I think Vlahovic can be on that level, that same level of the likes of Mbappe and Haaland coming into next season. So yeah, let's see where they can take it. Don't sleep on Juventus, man. They are my favorites to win the Serie A next season, and they are also my one of my favorites to get far in the Champions League. If we're talking about the top 5 teams to get far in the Champions League, I'll probably mention the likes of Manchester City. City are my favorites to win the Champions League next season, because they were already arguably the best team last season. I mean, at least they were playing the best football. The only thing that they were lacking was like that out and out striker. And that was extremely present in that game, in that playoff. I'm saying playoff game. I'm thinking about the NBA in that leg against Real Madrid. If they had the likes of Haaland, I don't think they would have lost that game at all. Now they have Haaland. Their team is still as strong, if not stronger. City are the favourites to win the Champions League next season. Then you have the likes of. Yeah, I think you have to put PSG there because their front three is just crazy. Even as bad as they performed last season, you have to give PSG the seal of approval because Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe is the best front three in the world, at least on paper. So if you're talking about on paper, the teams that are the favorites to win the Champions League next season, you have to put PSG there. Then you also have in the likes of Bayern, and then that's where I think Juventus comes in. And then the other team, you could talk about Real Madrid again. Oh, I forgot about Real Madrid. Sorry, Real Madrid. I think that's the five: City, PSG, Bayern, Juventus, and Real Madrid. Out of those five, four will be in the semi-finals, and out of those four, one of them will win the Champions League without a shadow of doubt. But yeah, guys, I think I've covered everything that I want to talk about, from the Ronaldo Manchester United saga to the football world and what is going on. I'll probably be looking to stream 4 times into the end of the week. So today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't think there are any games this weekend. Let me search it up quick. But yeah, but if they are, I'll be doing a watch along to those games. But yeah, if you watch this live, thank you for watching. If you're watching this after, thank you for watching. If you want more football content like this, I also do shorts. I also do more analysis videos with more editing. I do these live streams. I do watch alongs. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want more football content. And yeah, it would help me a lot. It would mean the world to me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.